morning, everyone, and welcome to the third edition of Deccan Herald Bengaluru 2040, a festival of ideas for a better city. We celebrated our 75th year at the paper last year, as some of you may know, 75 years of chronicling the city, the state, and the country. We see ourselves as a paper with a national outlook, with Bengaluru at its heart. As a paper, I'm happy to report that our own heart is in fine fettle. But what about the city that is at our heart? We know what the problems are, but it's always nice to look at some data. It brings it to life. The city quadrupled in size over a 3-decade period starting in 1979, and an economic boom resulted in encroachments on water bodies and building over drainage. Only 20 out of 204 lakes in the city are free of encroachment now. Concrete covers more than 80% of Bengaluru compared with 8% 50 years ago. By the time you leave this venue in the evening, hopefully you're staying the day, 38 trees would have been cut, or at least that is the daily average over the last 45 years. As those who haven't got here yet will attest when they do get here, the city has the 6th worst traffic in the world. 1,500 vehicles will be added to its roads while you're here, while the 38 trees are being cut, or at least that's the average over the past decade. There's almost 1 vehicle per head in the city, which is a remarkable number, I think. To continue a litany of complaints, there is no city master plan, no elected local corporation since 2019, and not 1 kilometer out of the 11,280 across the city that is pothole or problem-free. Garbage piles up, pollution worsens, and it takes forever to escape it by getting to another place. Or so the pessimists, most of whom, by the way, love the city passionately, feel. But as a relative newcomer to the city, I have a different take. I often reflect on how good things are here. It's a city of ideas, innovation, entrepreneurship, of more greenery than many others, of great food and great sport, and of weather to die for. For many of us here today, I suspect it is the most pleasant city we have lived in. The data can talk again and say a few nicer things if you ask it nicely. This is a city with a GDP of $110 billion, the same as, say, Slovakia, and a population similar to Belgium. So by Indian standards, on per capita terms, it is a very rich city. 15% of the population drives 40% of state GDP, which is why it is a magnet for people from all parts. The city accounts for 40% of India's unicorns. And there are parts of the city you can't navigate without bumping into a billionaire, who, by the way, will probably be down to earth, decent, and apologize for bumping into you. The cultural scene is vibrant. Bengaluru can lay claim to be the future food capital of India, and it produces brilliant sports people on a routine basis. So believe me, forget all the cavilling, the carping, and the complaining. Bengaluru has plenty going for it, and it's more future city than the tiresome trope of pensioners' paradise lost. It all depends on how you choose to view it. We choose to take a positive view of it. So over the next 8 hours today, you'll hear ideas from the best in the business on how to make a great even better, how to build a city that is super advanced, prosperous, and glitzy, all without losing the innate decency and soul, and all in a sustainable manner. It's not just about workable solutions to every problem, but also about uncovering new possibilities and building something that is truly world-beating. I'm looking forward to seeing what our speakers have for us. The DH team considers itself privileged to have all of you, audience and speakers, here today. So welcome again, sit back and enjoy, and do interact with the ideas that come your way. Thank you very much.